Doing your gratitude ritual, gratitude exercise is very important in the way you are operating as an individual and as a parent. But the room is dirty, and how can me saying some kind of thank you statements change the room? But I actually don't like that person, and how can me saying some thank you statements actually change that person? Are you wondering? Then stay till the end and you will get your answers. In our inner circle community, doing gratitude exercise once at least every day, or if it's possible then twice, is a recommended ritual, because doing gratitude exercise shifts the way you are operating, shifts the zone from which you are operating. Be it walking into a messy room, be it you do not like a person and still you're saying thank you statements, and how is it ever possible for the person to change, or how is it ever possible the room to change? Yes. So the point is this. So the gratitude exercise that we do as a community, you could be starting off with thanking the parts of the body, your own self, or your existence, your mind, body, soul, the air that you breathe, the five elements of nature, the relations that you have, the family that you have, the present family that you have, the original family that you are from, and maybe your father-in-law, your mother-in-law, the sister-in-law, the brother-in-law, whoever it is that you have in your family, your children, most importantly your children, husband, children, yes, and then the things that you use, laptop, mobile, whatever it is, the sofa, the bed, the couch, the house, the table, the chair. Spiritually speaking, every relation that you have right now, every relation that you are in right now, you have chosen that person, you have chosen that relation right at the moment that you were born. So again, we are all spiritual souls. So each one comes into this, comes on this planet Earth. Every soul chooses the time of birth, the place of birth, and every relation that he or she is going to make in this lifetime. So yes, there might be some persons whose it's not that you do not like that person. Maybe there are some traits of that person which you do not like. Maybe you do not, they're not aligned with what you like, something like that. Right? So just because you do not like certain traits of that person, you need not judge a person, you need not judge that person, or you need not say that person is always bad, or you need not say that you do not like that person. Yes, there are certain traits in every person. So as a human being, again, you cannot be liking all possible traits, all the traits existing in all the persons out there in the world. Or even for the other person, that the other person cannot be liking all the traits that all the other people are having in this world. Right? So yes, there will be some traits which you do not like, which are not pleasing to you, which you do not approve of maybe. But in such cases, how does gratitude exercise help you? Now let me tell you this. So the fact that you have chosen that person in your life, you have chosen that relation in your life, there is also this term called Runanubandha. There is some runa, there is some karma, there is some service that you got to be giving to that person in this relation, and that person also is going to be giving to you in that relation. Yes, so that is the first step to realize. So again, as spiritual souls, your spirit knows it. Your spirit knows why you are actually related to that person, why you are bonded to that person. Even though maybe you do not, even though the physical being of yours does not like certain personality traits, your spiritual being knows the purpose behind that relation. So every relation that you have chosen on this planet Earth has a purpose, has a reason. And that reason, that purpose is runa or karma or service, whatever it is, right? There is something that you got to do in that relation. There is something that you got to receive in that relation. Now don't tell me I never receive any help from that person, I never receive anything good from that person. No, it is not just about the materialistic stuff that seem to get noticed. There is something more, there is something deeply, there is something more beyond whatever is happening on the physical plane. Do you agree that beyond just what is happening on the physical plane, there are many other things that are actually happening on the spiritual plane, on the ethereal plane, and the mental plane and the emotional plane all as well. So coming back to this relation that you do not like, but still you are connected to that person, how does gratitude exercise help in such cases? So for example, you are maybe the person who maybe the person who you do not like, who do not approve of, you may be thinking that that person has never done anything for you. For example, just take one of your, because it's an easy example I'm just giving you, but you need not relate to this specific example. Maybe one of your in-laws, or maybe one of your, in your in-laws family, anybody it is, right? Maybe anybody there is that you do not approve of, you do not like certain traits of that person, that do not list is a lot, right? But because that family was existing, you got your husband was given birth, right? Do you get the point? The wife and husband, your in-laws, were existing. I mean, that bond happened because you and your husband's bond had to happen, right? So there is not just one thing or two things that actually come into place for anything to happen. There are higher forces which kind of direct this plane, and there are many things that come in place for anything to happen in your life. Anything good, anything bad, though you may call it bad, everything has a purpose. So the first point is this: even though you do not like that person, you do not approve of that person, still there is a reason why that person is bonded to you, and you have chosen that relation, and even that person also have chosen this relation with you. It is always mutual. Both the souls know that yes, this is a relation that we are into. The spiritual being knows. The first point is that even though you do not like that person, or you do not approve of that person, there is a reason, that there is a purpose behind that. And when you are doing gratitude ritual, when you are doing gratitude exercise, and you are saying thank you, or I appreciate the presence of my mother-in-law, I appreciate the presence of my father-in-law, whoever it is, again, whatever relation that you have, you are writing it down. You are getting connected to your own spirit, and you are approving you are confirming with your spirit that yes, I approve of this relation. Yes, I accept this relation. I have chosen this relation and I accept this relation. I have chosen this person and I accept this person. You are saying it. The more and more you are saying it, the more and more you will realize the purpose of that relation. The reason why you are bonded, the purpose why you had chosen that relation. Yes, the first step is acceptance. The more and more you are accepting that person, the more and more you are accepting the relation, the more and more you will become closer to your spirit to know what the purpose is in that relation. The third point is, this one's very important. This one is very important. So if you do not approve of that person, you don't even want to accept that person as my, whoever it is, again, the relation, whatever it is. Yes, you remember this word, there is this term Runanubandha, right? So every Anubandha has certain Runa. And for you to, again, as long as you do not do that, as long as you do not serve that Runa or that karma, and both mutually, as long as it doesn't happen, you would have to come again, take another birth, get connected again to that person, and as long you got to do that again and again until the Runa is, you are done with your Runa, or you are done with your karma, or you are done with your purpose, you are done with your reason, right? So for you to realize that Runa, that karma, the purpose or the reason, the first step is to, again, saying thank you to that person. Yes, approving of the relation, accepting that relation. If you do not do that, again, there is a conflict inside of you, because your spiritual being has chosen that relation, has chosen that person. But your physical being, the mind or whatever it is that you are associating yourself with, doesn't approve that person. I just don't want that person. I just don't want to stay there wherever that person is. I just don't want this. I don't want that person in the house. I don't want that. I don't want this. I don't want to talk to that person. Yes, there are many things that the mind does to you. But your spiritual being knows the purpose of that relation. If you get closer to your spiritual being, then you will realize what the purpose is, what the reason is, what the karma is, what the Runa is, and you will get that done as soon as possible, and as connected you are to your spiritual self. if you are carried away by this monkey mind that you have here, you remember that day that person did this, or this day I have to do this. Now that day that person, how can I ever say thank you to that person? How can I ever accept that person in my life? How can I ever appreciate that person? How can I ever say this to that person? As long as you are in that monkey mind, as long as you are acting according to the whims and fancies of your monkey mind, there is a conflict within yourself, within your own being, and whatever you are doing to that person or whatever you are doing in this lifetime is not according to your true self, is not according to what you are actually here for, because you are here for a certain reason, for a certain purpose. When in every relation you have that, you have something to do, you have something to give, you have something to maybe to receive as well. But again, it's not materialistically as you might be thinking, but there are certain things that need to happen in every relation that you have chosen in this lifetime. So you writing down thank you statements, you writing down I appreciate statements for whatever it is, for whatever person or relation that you have, is the first step for you to tell the universe that yes, I know I am in this relation, I know I am associated with this person, and then the next step is, yeah, let me know what is it that I still have to do. Yeah, like you are being open to the universe, and the universe will be guiding you in the right direction. Okay, this is something that you got to do, maybe the karma or the runa, right? And you will do it. There is no more ranting, or there is no more complaining about whatever is not happening from that person, by that person. Nothing is, I'm not getting anything, it's always me who's doing. No, right? So to summarize this video, for every relation that you have in your lifetime, that is something that you have chosen. And being in a relation, it is something that the other person in the relation also has chosen. The spiritual being, your spiritual being knows who is it that is coming in your life, and that person's spiritual being knows that it is you who is coming into their life, right? So you have chosen that relation. The second point is, there is a purpose, there is a reason, there is a runa, there is a karma in every relation that you have in your lifetime. That is the reason there is this term Runanubandha. Every anubandha has a runa. The third point is, as long as you do not realize the karma, as long as you do not do that service, do that karma, do that runa, you got to keep coming back, you got to keep associating with that person more and more and more until it's done. So the third point that you got to realize is, the more and more you are connecting with your spiritual being, saying, yes, thank you, I know this is this, I know this is this, and thank you for making me realize, thank you for making me connecting, or thank you for connecting me to this person. That's the first step. You're telling that to the universe, and then the universe is kind of, you are opened, your mind opens up to receive universe guidance to do your duty, that is your runa, your karma, your service. Yes, so there is a deep purpose, there is a deep meaning in every relation that you have in your lifetime. There are many other questions that I receive from parents in my community regarding how does gratitude help in cleaning up a messy room and doing that and doing this. To receive more such videos, to watch more such videos, hit the bell icon, subscribe to my channel, and you will receive updates of my future videos. Cheers, happy parenting, bye bye.